Hello everyone, my name is Kenneth Thompson, and today I'm going to talk to you about Playdom. Playdom is a privately owned social network gaming company that develops games for mobile phones, Facebook, MySpace, and Hi5. It's one of the fastest growing companies in this market, and it's headquartered in the San Francisco Bay Area. Currently it has 470 employees, and it says revenue stream here. Revenue stream, this is how they make money. This is their source of income. 90% of that is through virtual goods, and 10% of that is through advertisement. Advertisement is pretty self-explanatory, but virtual goods are like items or attributes, special attributes or items in their games that you buy. Well, most of the games are free, so if you want, let's say, your elf character in one of their games to be unique, you'll buy them a red tunic or something of that nature, and it's called microtransactions. They're real small transactions, but in a very high volume. So 90% of their income is through virtual goods that they sell on their games. Their primary target market, it says 18 to 35, the 18 to 35 age group, and you know that's a very loose demographic, but you'll see through later when we talk about their games why that is. They have a wide array of games, so it kind of touches on a lot of demographics. This is the history of Playdom. They were founded in 2008 by Ling Shah, Rick Thompson, and Chris Wong, and they really kicked off their success with the Monsters game on MySpace. That was a big hit. And so before the end of 2008, they grew to 35 employees. They had 8 of the top 25 games on MySpace, with 5.2 million daily active users and 20 million monthly users. So they really hit the ground running. In early 2009, they expanded to Facebook and iPhone. So obviously they wanted to move away from MySpace. For the life of me, I can't think of one of my friends who still uses MySpace, so they want to obviously move to the Facebook and iPhone market to expand their user base. In 2009, they focused transferring their top MySpace games to the Facebook platform, so they want to really cash in on the Facebook user base, because that's where it's at the moment. In 2009, they also hired John Pleasants as the CEO. John Pleasants was a former Electronic Arts executive, so they wanted to bring in the experience, and with him they grew to over 400 employees, and that year in 2009 they had over $50 million in sales. So I think they made a good move with John Pleasants. They also increased to 28 million monthly active users from 20 million the previous year, with 13 MySpace and 6 Facebook applications. In 2009, they also began a acquisition spree, which seems to be the trend with a lot of companies. They acquired Green Patch Incorporated and Triplet Labs. Green Patch Incorporated was another Facebook development company, but they just wanted to buy them out and get their games and user base. And Triplet Labs was a iPhone social gaming company. So with those two acquisitions, they added 30% to the user base on Facebook and increased their development capacity by 25% by Triplet Labs with the iPhone gaming company. To add to their string of acquisitions, in March 2010, they acquired Offbeat Creations and 3Melon Games. Offbeat Creations was a Facebook game developer. They made Little Farm Life, Tiki Farm, Tiki Resort, Wild Ones, and Poker Palace. 3Melons was an Argentinian Facebook game developer. They made the game Bola, so I think with they wanted to cash in on the soccer, because Bola was a soccer game, and they wanted to cash in on the World Cup. Bola had about 145,000 daily active users, so they added those to Playdom. In May 2010, they also acquired Acclaim, which I can't remember Acclaim since I played Super Nintendo. But apparently they got into the social network gaming too, and they also bought Hive 7 in the next month. Hive 7, it was also a social network game developer, and they were popular because of the game Knighthood. And in July 2010, they also bought MetaPlace, and MetaPlace was responsible for Island Life and My Vineyard. So what they're trying to do here is just build their company by purchasing, already made games without having to, come up with new ideas and go through the motions of developing a completely new game. So, unfortunately, Playdom kind of went the way of the acquisition, like they were acquiring the other companies. They were purchased by Disney in July 2010, and what's happening here is Disney is seeing the social network, the gaming trend, and they want to get their hand in there and say, hey, we want to get our name out there. We want to get the money from the social network gaming. So let's go through a list of notable games. I think I mentioned a few of these here. Bola is their soccer game, and Mobsters. That's you can be your own mobster and earn respect on the street. And I haven't really played it, if that's not obvious, but you can it's a role-playing game. Mobsters Overdrive you'd think would be like an extension of Mobsters, but it's kind of different. It's you're a racer, and you can kind of manage your own street team and race your friends and get upgrades to your car and street team and stuff like that. Social City is basically like SimCity. You can build up your own city and manage it and make sure the people of your city are happy. I guess mayor of your own city. World Series of Poker. That's pretty self-explanatory. You go online and play poker, and you can play your friends in poker. So let's go through a list of some jobs. Unfortunately, most of their jobs are offered in California, but some of their featured jobs is a PHP developer. And if I can look at my notes here, I'll tell you a little bit about that. It says provide PHP programming service to multiple game teams. So your standard whatever the game team needs, you crack it out in PHP. Web developer. It says develop reporting tools based on player behavior. I think this is kind of a mistitled job here, because what they're trying to do is log what their players are doing, and Playdom is really good about that. Listening to their players, what their players want, and so reporting tools. I don't see the web behind that, but I see it here or there. But this last one is a game programmer, and AS3 is ActionScript 3. It's Flash ActionScript for those who are interested. It says create sophisticated multiplayer games with Flash and other technologies. So that's pretty much it for Playdom. 2008 wasn't that long ago, and they've come a long way from being really successful, multi-million-dollar company to being acquired by Disney. So thank you for your time, and have a good day.